you don't realize how much of an inspiration you are to the adults. You are unbelievable. What you have done is, let me tell you, what you have done is more than most old people can do in their entire life. You have finished in 1 year. Okay, so the big challenge for you is that you have to keep it going, inspire other people, your next batch in your schools and so on. But we also know that this doesn't happen easily. You have been supported by your teachers, the anchor teachers in your school. You've been supported by the facilitators of the Bala Janaagraha program. You've been supported by various other players who've been in your city and in your area. And very importantly, I want to say that the Bala Janaagraha team at Janaagraha is just an unbelievable team. So congratulations to all of you. You've done an absolutely amazing job. So
I wanted to quickly give you all a quick sense. Today, actually, we see the progress. It's been exactly 10 years since we started this program. It was a gleam in our eye, which was born out of our daughter when she was in 8th grade. And she was performing in a school, in a musical performance. And she was talking about world peace. And when she came out, we were, like the judges, asking her tough questions. Wonderful, you sang so beautifully about world peace. Now what are you going to do? And the response was, over time, and this was something that Ramesh was asking her, and, he can be a really tough father. By the end of it, she was reduced to tears. And so he was disturbed, and he called her again. We had reached home by then, and he called her and he said, I want to tell you a story. And this is the story he told her. I'm going to relate it really quickly. But he said, there was this man who was in the performance, and he heard this young girl singing beautifully about world peace. And after the performance, he came to her and asked her, that's great. I've been waiting for you all my life. And here you are. And so she said, oh, who are you? And he said, I am Father World Peace. Now, she was a girl, so that's okay, gender neutrality and all that. But so she said, oh, and she said, I'm waiting for you. How are you going to help me? And so this little girl says, but I'm only 14 years old. What can I do? I'm so young. I can't do anything. And I have to study. I have to do all this. So the father says, oh, I understand. Okay, I will come back. And there she is in 10th grade. She's finished school. And she's celebrating with all her friends. And that old man which had met her, she saw him again. And he was a little bit older, a little bit stooping, a little bit grayer, looking hopefully at her and said, are you ready now to do something? And she said, but I'm just going to college, and what can I do? Let me finish my college. And she went off to college. She finishes her college and throwing her graduate caps and saying, my life is ahead of me, and there's Father World Peace, waiting patiently, looking at her and saying, are you ready now? And she's like, but I'm just going to get a job, and I'm just going to start off my new life. I don't have the time now. I have many things. And so he goes away and still hopeful, comes back to her. 2 years later, she's gone off somewhere else now. And as she's coming out of a very successful job, he says, are you ready now? And he is really old by which time, stooping, frail, unable to do anything. And she says, I've just met the man of my dreams. We are just going to go off to, overseas, to another country, see the world. And so he goes away, dejected once again. And then comes a time when she is watching her daughter perform on stage. And as they come out of the room, out of the performance, the little girl says, oh, can you see that really old crouched man in the corner? Who is that? He's been watching us all this time. And the little girl says, she's now a mother, with a small catch in her voice, that's Father World Peace. So the point being, that was the genesis. My daughter, by which time, was in tears. And that was the day we decided we had to give something where young students felt empowered. Why should it be that you don't feel empowered, no matter what your age, that you can make a difference? And I think what has been amazing for us today is to see that sense of empowerment that all of you went and met whoever it is that you wanted. You didn't wait to be grown up, to be old enough, to, be given the guarantee of citizenship, but you went off and did all this. And what amazing work you did. So once again, we are truly proud of you, and we're truly extraordinarily delighted. This program, this I Change My Street that you all participated in, I'm an urban planner. So this is something we're doing in Bangalore. I must say I get a lot of criticism for it, a lot of brickbats, because we ripped out the streets and we're making them all Tender Shore specific. But to see all of you all actually doing this, you've managed to do so much. So never doubt yourself. You will change the world, and I completely believe that.